Hello, everyone. My name is Marco Hernandez, minus Marco or Marco, and I am a freelance video game journalist. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. This is a supplementary video to my personal essay that is published on my Substack. Definitely check it out. I'll have the link in the description below so that you could get full context of what it is I'll be speaking about in this video. As a quick recap, I essentially wrote that video games are a bridge to me. They are a bridge to the relationships I've made with others, and most especially myself. I grew up playing video games at a very early age, and I felt recognized playing them. And now they serve as fuel for my passion to provide a platform for the voice of smaller, minority, or youth groups within or around the video game industry. I can confidently say that I've been playing video games for at most 19 years, maybe even more if I can remember that far back. And that same younger version of me is still here. His love for video games has persisted on and has helped me identify my career goal. And the first game that truly kickstarted that recognition for me was Marvel vs. Capcom, Clash of Superheroes, developed by Capcom on the original PlayStation. Yes, I did play the console version. I didn't. It was rare whenever I went out to play on arcades. They weren't around me too much. I would see some here and there. And most definitely Marvel vs. Capcom ones. Those were the ones that always piqued my interest. But I did get to play at home on the original PlayStation thanks to my older brothers. They're the ones who introduced me to video games. And yeah, no, this game is so cool. I swear. I'm going to be playing some of the footage of the game here through the Marvel vs. Capcom fighting collection that Capcom released not too long ago, and definitely I'm going to show you the opening credits. That's like the magic of this game.
Capcom presents Marvel vs. Capcom.
On top of the credits, I love the character select screen music and just when I saw this page that you could see that you could be playing, Spider-Man, Venom, Wolverine, like dude, like my mind blew up. It was just like I could play as my favorite superhero, and I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And I still feel moments like these, especially whenever I take a break from games because I'm too busy with like work or school. I come back to finally, catch up on a game I'm playing. I get very excited, very jittery, having the opportunity to play again. A recent game that has made me feel this way is Destiny 2, developed by Bungie. I have over 1,700 hours in that game. I absolutely love the game. I first played it back in 2019 when the game went free to play because that was finally my opportunity to play the game. I was still in high school at the time, so I didn't have any money to get it, and it was great. It was an amazing time finally to be able to play it and sink in all those hours, especially when COVID happened and I was just mainly indoors. Right, a lot of fun. Destiny 2 is the game that strengthened the bridge I have for video games because it is a action role playing game, an RPG, which means that you have various options and ways you could play or customize your character in the game. And by that meaning, you are literally presenting yourself through this character. It is also an MMO, which is a massive multiplayer online video game where you play with or against other players across various activities. And when you see these other players you're going against with or playing with, you're also seeing like a representation of themselves through that game, through this character. And my favorite aspect of the game is the fashion. Fashion is the end game for me. I've always loved just changing the way I look in the game, changing the different armor sets to have some unique look to it. I'll probably have some screenshots of like different armor sets I've done, and it's just a ton of fun. I don't know what it is. I guess I like just designing things, and I love viewing other people's fashion in the game. Like I mentioned earlier, that character is an extension of themselves, right? So they have this character customized in ways that speaks to them. And there's there's some funny ones too, right? There's some ones that have funny mixed match sets. Some of them is a meme brought to life, or like a different character from another piece of media, and it's just, I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe it's their favorite character, right? That they're trying to represent this game, or they're just trying to have a laugh, which is great, right? They're just in a way also conveying to us a part of them, and it's just something that's pretty cool. And you see it in so many different ways throughout this game. Destiny 2, among other MMORPG games, provide a bridge to all its players and to create relationships with many friends in the game, and to find very like-minded folks playing the same interests. Right? It's a great place to come across just amazing people. Of course, there's the elephant in the room, which is players who choose to express themselves negatively in games like this. It's unfortunate that that's how they choose to express themselves, right? But I mean, that's another story for another day. My wildest dreams are made possible through video games. And in my case, they literally are. A dream job of mine at the age of 12 or 13 was that I wanted to be a journalist or reporter for video games. And what's funny is that I didn't know what that was at the time. I would watch E3 every summer and watch recap videos or news about the next big video game, or when the new console generation was coming out. It's unfortunate that E3 doesn't exist anymore, but to have attended an event like that, that would have been so awesome. One of the YouTube channels I would watch at the time, and in a way, a form of inspiration for what I'm doing right now, is Inside Gaming, hosted by Bruce Green, Lauren Sontag, James Willems, and the whole gang. They were a ton of fun to watch. I learned a lot from what they reported on, and they were my source of video game news at that time. Though that dream job of being a video game journalist did not last very long, I automatically doubted myself. I did not think it would be possible for me to join the industry because I come from a small agriculture town here in the Central Valley. And so I carried on my life, continued playing video games, and not knowing how to be a part of it. It was not until I wrote for the Rampage, Fresno City College's student-run newspaper. Shout out to all my friends from the Rampage. You guys are all such an amazing group of friends. I love you guys. And when I got to see my first story published on the website, it was a big realization for me. It made me realize that everything I did to cover that story, I could do that and then apply it to the video game industry. And then after that realization, it clicked to me. That's when, like, that younger me came, like, fully alive. He realized how I could be part of the industry, how it could be done. After that realization, I knew it was still important to continue my education and learning what I could, gaining valuable experiences. So I carried on, went to Fresno State, majored in advertising and public relations, and even had the chance, though, to start this career of mine in a small way. I wrote a review for the Ghost of Yote video game that came out this past year, developed by Sucker Punch Productions, and I wrote it for the Collegian, which is Fresno State's student-run newspaper. And it was such a fun experience, be able to, sit down, dedicate the time to play, and especially a game I was really excited for, and write a review on it because it was my first time ever doing something like that. And it was just, from start to finish, a great experience to me. I completed the main game alongside other side quests within 26 hours, and then I went straight into reviewing it, writing my review right afterwards. And as I was writing it, it was just like, I got in the groove, I got in the flow of it because it was something that spoke to me as I was writing it. And even the more and more I wrote it, the more and more I kept thinking about the game and like its inner workings and just my experiences with it and how I felt about it throughout it all. It made me reflect just my time playing it. And I mean, it was just all an enjoyable experience. It made that review that much more valuable to me as I kept writing it. And that brings me to today, where I am now pursuing this career more than ever, and part of the reason why you're watching this video now. I'm not the most skillful gamer. I'm not the most knowledgeable of the industry or what goes on behind video games, but what I can say is that I am deeply passionate about this industry, about this medium, and about what it just does to folks and how it inhabits people's lives. such as mine. And I want to be the best person in or around the industry. And that's everything video games mean to me. As someone who has 19 years of experience playing them, they have been a big part of my life, a big part within me, and now they are a part of my career and my aspirations. And I'm very pleased to have this started. To give you a bit of context of just my journey as a video game journalist here in the Central Valley. Definitely, I'm gonna be, taking small strides towards this. I still currently work part time, and I'm still trying to, flesh that out as well. My actual work experience. I have aspirations in that realm in of itself, but I definitely still want to pursue this on the side and continue doing this because it's just a ton of fun. And to be a platform here for the people of Central Valley, I'd love to be that kind of person for them. If you're interested in like what I do and want to contribute in some way, definitely shoot me an email with a news tip about maybe something going on here around Fresno, around the Central Valley that I'd love to hear about and hopefully cover. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel, or just sharing the video to people who may be interested. I'll also have links to my Substack and my social media handles down below. So please consider subscribing and following to those channels as well. Anything would be truly appreciated. And yeah, this is Marco Hernandez. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be well, be safe out there, and I hope to see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.